The Bucks take on the Magic. Game 4 of this best of 7. Bucks up 2-1 in the series. Now the Bucks are the 14-point favorite. Totals 225 flat. The Magic are plus $7 for an upset win. And if you like Orlando to cover, they're minus $1.10, getting the job done against the number. I'm 5-0. My last 5 NBA tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. I also won 3 out of my last 4 extra daily pick tier package plays on that website as well. If you want to get access to these exclusive premium selections, link for that site is in the description section below. That's patreon.com/BrockPage. Now the Magic has covered 60% of their ball games away from the Amway Center this season, and indeed today's contest is being played in the bubble, which is, yep, you guessed it, not the Amway Center. Therefore, it's away from the Amway Center. Yeah, it's crazy, I know. Anyway, the Magic rank in the top 5 in points allowed, and they successfully covered the number in 3 out of their last 6. Now, Michael Carter-Williams, he's been ruled out for today. Gordon Frazier are questionable. Having said that, though, Nick Vucevic is averaging 29 points a game in this very series. Great performances from Nick. He's also averaging 10 rebounds and 3 assists. Terrence Ross is also scoring 15 a game in the postseason, 3 boards a night for the T-Man. And, of course, can't forget about DJ Augustin, who's averaging 11 a game in the playoffs, along with a couple of rebounds and 5 assists. Augustine, I hear different pronunciations. Either way, I'm sure whatever I say is wrong. But anyway, they're taking on a Milwaukee team who went just 40% against the spread in their last 10. Milwaukee also ranks in the bottom 5 in free throw percentage and is in the bottom 10 in defensive rebounding. The Bucks are also covering just 47% of their games that tipped off at the current number. Now, total-wise, just 3 out of Milwaukee's last 10 head-to-heads with Orlando got over the total. 5 out of their last 7 this season stayed under the number. And, of course, that's head-to-head matchups. The Bucks also saw over 56% of their games away from home stay under the posted total as well. Meanwhile, on the Orlando side, 4 out of their last 8 stayed under the number themselves. Give me the Orlando Magic plus 14, keeping this one close, in the under 225 in that contest. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and purslines out for Monday's NBA playoff basketball action. Happy Monday to you. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. I know I did. A lot of fun this weekend. But hey, back to the grind. Actually, the grind never stopped. Moving on. We're 5-0 in our last 5 NBA tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. We also won 3 out of our last 4 extra daily pick tier package plays on that site as well. If you want some more information on how you can join in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. And moving on, we're going to take a look at the Houston Rockets taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder, 4 p.m. Eastern tip-off in Game 4 of that series. Houston's up 2-1. The Rockets are also the 3-point favorite in this matchup here. Totals 220, juice to the under. Thunder are plus $1.25 for some money line cash. And if you like OKC to cover the 3, they're catching even money to get the job done against the spread. Now, Steven Adams is questionable for the Thunder this afternoon, and despite a solid Game 3 effort from OKC, they still failed to cover the point spread in 5 out of their last 8. OKC ranks in the bottom 10 in the league in offensive rebounding. They also rank in the bottom half of the league in scoring on average per game. OKC's failed to cover the point spread in 5 out of their last 6 conference matchups. They're taking on a Houston squad who ranks in the top 3 in the league in scoring on average per contest. The Rockets are averaging 118 points per game for the entire season. They're also winning nearly 63% of their ball games when favored, and they collectively shoot nearly 80% from the stripe. Now, James Harden is averaging 32 points a game in this series, 8 rebounds, 7 assists for the Beard. Jeff Green is scoring 20 a game in the postseason as well. 7 rebounds, couple assists. And Eric Gordon is scoring 18 a game in the playoffs. 4 rebounds, 3 assists for him. The Rockets, believe it or not, rank in the top 10 in defending the 3-ball. That's right, top 3 in scoring per contest away from home as well. Houston's 9-4 straight up in their last 13 conference games. Now, total-wise, 7 out of Houston's last 10 ball games stayed under the posted total. They also saw 63% of their games away from home stay under the posted total as well. 2 out of OKC's last 4 on the other side stayed under the posted number themselves. Give me the Rockets -3 in the under 220 in that contest. Next matchup, Pacers Heat, 6:30 p.m. East. Pacers are down 3-0 in this series, facing elimination here tonight in Game 4. Miami's the 6-point favorite in this contest here. Total's 216 and a hook. The Pacers are plus $2 for an upset win. And if you like the Pacers to cover, they're -105 catching the 6. But despite how bad they've been in this series, this Pacer squad still ranks in the top 3 in offensive field goal percentage, top 5 in points allowed, doing very well on both ends of the court statistically. They're giving up just 107 points per contest for the entire season. They also rank in the top 10 in defensive field goal percentage, top 5 in defending the 3-ball. Now, Malcolm Brogdon is scoring 24 a game in this series, 4 rebounds, 11 assists. TJ Warren is also averaging 20 a game, 7 rebounds, 3 steals in the series. Victor Oladipo is scoring 15 a game in the playoffs, couple of boards, couple of assists for him. Indy's in the top 3 in offensive field goal percentage away from home, top 3 in shooting the 3-ball away from home as well. They're taking on a Miami team who is very good right now, but they have failed to cover nearly 60% of their games away from the American Airlines Arena themselves. They also have a slew of guys who are banged up or questionable. Iguodala, Crowder, Jones Jr., Opala, and Silva are all listed as questionable for tonight's action. The Heat actually rank in the bottom half of the league in offensive rebounding as well. Now, when it comes to the scoring in this one, 4 out of Miami's last 6 stayed under the posted total. 6 out of their last 10 head-to-head meetings with the Pacers stayed under the number as well. Meanwhile, the Pacers saw 5 out of their last 6 stay under the posted number themselves. Give me the Pacers +6, keeping this one close in the under 216 and a half in that contest. All right, next and final matchup for the show, it is going to be Lakers-Blazers, 9 p.m. East. Lakers up 2-1 in this Game 4 showdown. The Lakers are the 7.5-point favorite. Totals 224 and a hook. The Blazers are +280 for some money line cash. And if you like Portland +7.5, they're -$110 to cover. The Blazers covered just 37% of their games away from home this season, just 3-5 ATS in their last 8. They rank in the bottom 5 in points allowed per contest, bottom 3 in defense or rebounding. The Blazers are winning just 26% of their games when catching plus money. They've also failed to cover the number in 7 out of their last 10 head-to-head meetings with the Lakers. And speaking of LA, they've won 72% of their games when favored this season. They're in the top 3 in offensive field goal percentage, top 10 in offensive rebounding. Now AD, Anthony Davis, he's averaging 29 points a game in this series, 11 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. LeBron James is also averaging 24 a night in the postseason. Dozen rebounds, 10 assists, and 2 steals for him. And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is also scoring 10 a game in the playoffs. Couple of boards for him. The Lakers rank in the top 3 in fewest points allowed per contest. Top 3 in defensive rebounding. They're giving up just 107 points per contest for the entire season. Now, total-wise, 11 out of LA's last 15 conference games stayed under the posted total. The Lakers also went 4-1 to the under in their last 5 games against the Northwest Division. Meanwhile, Portland, on the other side, saw their last 3 head-to-head meetings with Los Angeles stay under the total, and obviously those games were in this very series. Now, the Blazers also went 80% to the under in their last 5 against the Pacific Division. So with all that said and done, give me the Lakers minus 7.5 and the under 224 and a hook in that game. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you decide to get a package here today, just keep in mind we'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. Most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.